Hey there, Mike.
Hey.
We're back.
Yeah.
The interview is back. I thought the show was dead for a while there. I mean, we just kind of stopped it.
Yeah. Well, we did say from the beginning that we may do it sometimes. We may not fucking do it. Who gives a shit?
I know, but like 5 years seems like.
Yeah, it might be pushing it a little bit.
Okay. We're also going to do this one live now because we might take questions in the end. We might not. Maybe fuck you. But, So, what do we got today, Mike?
We got the guy, the man, the masshole himself.
Well, hello, gentlemen. I'd like to thank Rain for sponsoring my appearance on the show. It's been a wonderful ride. Drink Rain. It's a wonderful product.
We got the muscle. Good shit.
Oh!
Have you seen this show, Lucas?
I mean, I am a big consumer of YouTube content, as we all know. I'm sure I've seen some of the show. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's been 5 years, so expecting me to remember for 5 years seems like a lot at this point.
True.
We expect everybody to remember everything. But that's just me.
Sorry.
Also, anybody watching this who wants to comment or do something by the end, we might read some comments. If you're in Facebook, give permission to StreamYard. That Facebook user thing is like, but still. Okay, then let's get right on with it.
Let's do it. Question 1. What's a movie or movie moment that started your love for movies?
Okay, I actually have a good answer to this. So when I was a kid, I was absolutely obsessed with Mary Poppins. And in particular, Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins. And in particular, Dick Van Dyke's performance in Step in Time, which I thought was literally the greatest song and scene in movie history, till I was about like 8. I adored that scene. I love that entire movie. And I love Dick Van Dyke. So who doesn't love Dick Van Dyke?
That's a great fucking choice right there.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I have to be the weird, the weird one in this experience because honestly, I have tried to watch Mary Poppins in a few times actually, and yet somehow this movie just doesn't click for me. I find it kind of boring, to be honest.
Wow, you don't like penguins, then, do you?
When they jumped into the painting on the park, like.
Yeah.
The kids are like, we're gonna have this adventure, and instead of going with the kids to have some fun adventure, you stay with Mary Poppins and Dick Van Dyke trying to like hook up. And
wow, Nazario, I don't think there's any instant in. I don't think the movie tells you they're trying to hook up.
Also, that thing goes for like an hour. Like literally, I was like, when are we moving on to the next part of the movie? It just keeps fucking going.
Well, I'm very sorry that Mary Poppins did not run into 7 tap dancing Batmans so you could like the film.
You know what? I would have liked it. Honestly. But I guess it's a fair choice. I don't know. Mike, you really like Mary Poppins, right?
Yeah, it's a great fucking movie. It's a great fucking choice.
What's the first movie you remember seeing in theaters?
So I feel pretty confident that this couldn't have been the actual first movie I saw in theaters because I was too old at this point. But I distinctly remember seeing Prisoner of Azkaban in theaters. It's probably the first one I have a really distinctive memory of. I was a big Harry Potter fan. I think I was a little too young to see the first 2 in theaters. It's like,
God damn, you're young. Shit.
I was like 6, maybe when the first one came out or something. But I think between the second and the third one coming out, I'd read all the books up to that point and was really into it. So then seeing Prisoner of Azkaban, which is still my favorite Harry Potter movie and still holds up to this day, that was a great theater experience. All the stuff with Lupin and Sirius Black and the werewolf. It's just such a great movie.
I was 23 fucking years old when this movie came out. Jesus Christ, man. Also, I would agree, this is the best Harry Potter movie. And I have to think it's in no small part because Alfonso Cuarón is actually a pretty freaking great director.
Oh, comparison to the other directors, he's by far the best director they've ever let work on the series.
I honestly have no idea. There's something about the Chris Columbus ones. I mean, I really like the first one, but I really hate the second one. I don't know what it was. Something in Chamber of Secrets just was off-putting to me. Everything started to look very fake. Like not very, I don't know, not very organic. I think is the word I'm looking for, because to the opposite thing, The Prisoner of Azkaban, everything felt really organic, like really, really beautiful. Like everything felt natural, and I also like the fact that it's the first one that actually lets the kids wear like regular clothes, and they actually act like preteens, teenagers, kind of what they were
Yeah.
out there. So yeah, this is also has time travel, and I love that shit.
It's actually
Mike,
pretty good time travel too. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
yeah, actually does. Mike, what is your favorite Harry Potter movie?
My favorite Harry Potter one actually is. I gotta say, you know what? It's always been a tie for me. It's always been Deathly Hallows Part 2 and the first one, because I love the magic of the fucking first one. But
first
this
one's
one is definitely my third favorite. This is next up there. It's fucking amazing.
So basically, Mike is like, I like the beginning and the end. Fuck everything else.
Oh,
Next.
Okay, if you could pick one movie from any era to be able to see in theaters, which movie would you choose?
wow.
This is actually kind of more relevant now since old movies are in theaters, because there's no new movies.
I think my dad got to experience this when he was a kid. And I think seeing the first Star Wars in theaters, when you have no idea that this is even possible, would have been a truly amazing experience. Because I think going into that movie, he's like 6 at that point. Like that Star Wars, like any Star Wars or anything like it, didn't exist at that point, and being able to see that would have just been, I think, mind blowing for the first time. Yeah.
No, that's definitely a good choice, because I've never been the biggest Star Wars guy, but I agree that seeing that for the first time, especially back then, would have been a fucking incredible.
The alternate pick definitely would be Jaws, because I think the same concept, just being like, you have never heard of a concept like this, you've never seen anything like this, it's crazy, it works, people line up around the theater, and just like being able to live in that moment of like, wait, people are lining up outside of the theater waiting for a chance to get in. Especially now, when like even the biggest movies, that concept doesn't exist, because you can get tickets beforehand, you can schedule tickets. Nobody just goes to the theater and is like, I really hope I can get into this blockbuster, I'm going to stand here for 3 hours. Like, that's not a thing anymore. So just like the idea of that, experiencing that would have been cool.
I'm gonna say that is not a good experience. I mean, it's like it's a good memory of an experience. But somebody who actually did that shit several fucking times.
Okay.
There's nothing worse than actually standing in the sun for like 5 hours to be able to get a ticket and then enter a movie, and the movie disappoints you. When the movie's good, you feel like it's fine, but sometimes you get Armageddon. So I was gonna say I do respect the Star Wars pick. I think it's an interesting choice. I would have said that if I had the chance. I'm not old enough to actually watch this in theaters, but if I had the chance, I would have enjoyed doing this. But I was gonna say that it's kind of weird that you didn't pick the shark thing, because you're the shark guy. So
it's a good point.
Also, I think this one is more a Mike thing, because he really likes the director of this shark movie in particular.
I forgot who directed this, though. That could be a fucking problem.
George Lucas.
Probably, yeah. Good pick. Did you get to experience physical movie rentals like VHS or DVD?
Oh yeah. When I was a kid, you used to go to the library. You could check out VHS. That's what I started watching movies on for the first time.
In the library?
Yeah, Blockbuster. I remember. I don't think I remember the VHS days of Blockbuster Video, but I definitely was in there getting DVDs. But like, no, I remember the library used to have, VHS tapes. Then you have to get the long movies, would have like the big thick box. With you get like Sound of Music out, and you have to get like 2 different tapes because it's too long.
Honestly, maybe a regional thing. We do not have here. The libraries give you books. Video stores are video stores, so maybe that's why I found it kind of weird when I saw the movie Thesis from Alejandro Amenábar, that they could actually take movies out of a library in the like VHS tapes. But those end up being snuff films, so that was weird.
What's your favorite video store?
I mean, come on. It's Blockbuster Video. Everybody else can suck it.
Yeah.
We don't carry porn, but we're fucking great anywhere. So, if you actually got to rent movies, what was the first movie you chose to rent by yourself? And by this we mean you went to your grandma's house, you mowed her lawn, she gave you a quarter. What do you rent?
So I don't have a good answer for an actual rental, but I do remember when I pulled off the shelves at the library and made my mom get me, which was, it was Wishbone. It was like the Pup and the Popper or something ridiculous. You guys remember Wishbone, right? He was the dog. They did like stories, but it was like old literature, and it was like just a dog, or maybe like the Joan of Arc one. This is such a weird thing to talk about now, because I feel like no one has any idea what Wishbone is.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Sorry, I was like Googling it. Yeah, Wishbone. It's a dog. He like talks, or sort of talks. Yeah, Wishbone right there.
Adventures
Yeah,
of Wishbone.
This is the weirdest thing ever. This is the This,
I don't think this is a movie, though. I think it's like a TV show.
It's like a long TV special that they released as movie form. Yeah, this is something I legitimately remember getting.
So is this supposed to be kind of the Prince and the Pauper, but with a dog?
Yes, the idea is that they would do various literature in movie form, but they would replace like characters with dogs. So Wishbone would play roles in the thing.
I mean, I would say interesting, but I would be lying. There is only one acceptable thing that can replace characters in famous stories and make it fun, and that is Alf in Alf Tales.
What about Muppets? Do you hate the Muppets?
Got me there. Mike,
Yeah.
what is your favorite family film?
Yeah, I've never even heard of this fucking thing, but you know, it's basically like the Muppets. It's dogs playing the actual fucking character. Fuck it, might as well give it a shot and try it.
Do the
See
dogs
how ridiculous it is.
Do the dogs speak in this, Lucas?
Do the dogs what?
Speak.
Yeah, I mean, sort of. Yeah, they fake voices. Yeah, it's interesting. It's
I
unlike
would
the
assume
Muppets.
it'd be fake voices. You know,
Yeah,
we don't have no talking dogs going on.
if they get a talking dog on the show, they had some crazy budget and some weird developments.
I'm a little afraid now, but let's move on.
All right.
Who's your favorite actor?
Cary Grant. Cary Grant is my favorite actor. I absolutely love Cary Grant. He's funny. He's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a single movie with Cary Grant where I did not enjoy his performance, even if the movie wasn't great. Just the king of screwball comedy, the king of rom-coms. He was just the ultimate charismatic dude.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, I get it. I mean, the man is a man, like a man's man.
Yeah, right there.
The one thing I would disagree is that a lot of people say North by Northwest is Hitchcock's best movie. I really didn't get that into it for some reason. I prefer my Hitchcock with more James Stewart than Cary Grant, but
I mean, I would agree. I think Stewart is better with Hitchcock, but I think Grant has he's better in the screwball comedy than he is necessarily in the more serious Hitchcock affair. But he's still very good in Hitchcock movies.
So, Mike, did you like this piece of meat?
Oh yeah, everything I've seen him in, I enjoy him. And I actually love North by Northwest. It's not my favorite Hitchcock, but it's a great fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great pick.
Flip side of that coin, who's your favorite actress?
This is always so much harder to figure out, favorite actress, because I feel like when you just look at the history of cinema, you can take a list of male actors who are the lead in every movie, and that list is miles long.
Yeah.
Same thing with female actors. It's so much harder because there's just so few that get beyond supporting character roles. And there's some that have great careers as supporting characters, but I think it's really hard to pick a favorite who's always playing second fiddle in their own movie. Man, it's such a hard pick to. It's also, I feel like when it comes down to the actors, it's easy to pick one overall. female that tends to come by decade. I think I will go with Katherine Hepburn, although I admit that like this could change in a moment. I think she's wonderful. I really would turn on to her by her work with Grant and Stewart. So like, I mean, I guess it's kind of sad that your favorite female actress is the one you found through male actors. But yeah, I think Katherine Hepburn is just kind of amazing and such a unique and interesting presence on screen in an era where actresses really kind of were one mold, and she. Okay. I think she's just wonderful. I think she's one of, she has all the accolades, she has all the awards, and just a really incredible career.
Is this the one that Kate Blanchett was playing in The Aviator?
Yes. Yes.
I like Kate Blanchett. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, I like Kate Blanchett as well. But I do love Katherine Hepburn. What's your favorite performance from her? Do you have one? Like favorite movie?
I think she's kind of amazing in Bringing Up Baby.
Oh.
Really frenetic and interesting performance that just no other actress was doing at that time. She's just incredibly unique, especially for the era she worked.
Yeah.
Fair. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I haven't seen many Katherine Hepburn movies.
Nazario will fix that, and he will do an M rank to the top 40 Katherine Hepburn performances coming in 1.5 years.
I mean, somebody convinced me to finally watch Sunset Boulevard the other day, and it was pretty good. So,
hey,
maybe.
Now, we already know the answer to this because there's only one answer, so I expect it. Who's your favorite director?
Ooh. I mean, he's definitely in contention. Because I do love him. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to give a modern answer and a classic answer, and I would say that Hitchcock is my classic answer.
Ooh.
I love Hitchcock. I think Hitchcock is just – he's so consistent. Like, He has great movies, he has just good movies, but it's just like every movie you watch and you're like, yeah, this was good. I watched this again. This is a good movie. I'd show this to somebody. And then for modern directors, I worship at the altar of Paul Thomas Anderson, like so many. So
hell yeah.
I think he's just probably the biggest genius working today. I think people don't understand how fully formed of a director he started at. If you go watch Hard 8, he is a fully formed director with a unique style from the first movie he ever made. And you really can't say that about most directors. Most directors adapt over time. And he definitely has adapted, but he was a fully formed, functioning, great filmmaker from minute one. And look at the man. He's beautiful. Love PTA. Who doesn't?
Yeah, this is the only man that could do Mortal Kombat justice, okay?
I actually think both picks are fucking great. Hitchcock is Hitchcock. He is an operatic director about mystery and thrillers when the thing was more novel than it is now. And he was always very inventive when it came to how he made his movies. He also may have been a little bit of a misogynistic pig, but I'm not sure about it, so I'm just going to enjoy the movies for what they are.
I mean, he was famously not very kind to his actors.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of drove them insane.
Good point. I saw the movie with Toby Jones. It was kind of creepy. Also, Paul Thomas Anderson, great fucking director. The man has never made anything that is less than fucking great. I mean, his most mediocre movie is better than 90% of other directors on its best day. What you're saying is true. He just had a style and a voice, and it was like presence from day one. And he has never compromised his visions for anybody else. And that is kind of insane. Yeah. There's like 3 or 4 of his movies that I would put on my top movies of all time easily. Mm-hmm. You would have to argue me against it. And even when he steps out of his comfort zone and he tries something different like Punch Drunk Love, it turns out fucking brilliant anyway. Yeah. So everybody who doesn't like The Phantom Thread, fuck you. You're wrong.
That's might be his most brilliant thing. He made a movie about London's fashion culture and a bunch of guys were like, yes, I love this movie. It's about a crazy, narcissistic fashion creator. But like, yeah, I'll watch that movie a bunch of times. That's just insane.
Every time my wife gives me mushroom salads now, I just look at her like, and she's like, yep, eat the motherfucking thing. I was like, cool.
Mike, sorry, it was being poisoned.
You like the directors?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely would choose Hitchcock over PTA, but I love both of them. They're great. They're both fucking awesome. I like the match versus you, Lucas, with Hitchcock popping up, and I fucking pulled Crisscross out of my ass because of Throw Mama from the train, not even from Strangers on a Train, from fucking Throw Mama. Yeah, I love Hitchcock. Every time I do the Universal tour, anytime they go past Hitchcock's trailer, it's fucking amazing. I love the little bungalow of his. It's great. And PTA is amazing.
You heard it here first, guys. Mike, chauvinistic pig. What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie it's been my favorite movie for like 9 years now. The Godfather. I absolutely adore every single second of The Godfather. I will watch it at any time. I will watch it starting at any part. I think it is. If we're going to say that there's a perfect movie, it's The Godfather. It's unparalleled through the history of cinema.
Thank you for that, Kirk. Mike, what do you feel about The Godfather?
Okay, you have to go to me first, goddammit. Okay, so yeah, I get that. I agree that it's a well fucking made movie. I just don't enjoy the fucking movie. I just don't. I've always been more of a Goodfellas fan, and it might be because I saw it when I was fucking 3 years old. Like, it could be I grew up with Goodfellas, with Casino, and then I saw Godfather, and I went, no, thank you.
I do think it's a brilliant pick. It's just kind of a boring pick, but it doesn't negate the fact. It doesn't negate the fact that the movie is actually pretty perfect. Is it better than Godfather Part 2, though? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I mean, I don't know why people argue about this. It's fucking obvious that it is. Marlon Brando just showed up and decided to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Dang! And actually,
I'm sure that was a PTA directed comment. I'm sure that was Paul Thomas Anderson related. There we go. Cody's here. Oh, Cody.
that makes sense now. I was like, okay. But yeah, I think Marlon Brando did whatever the fuck he wanted to do, and it turned out to be fucking brilliant. So good for Francis Ford Coppola for letting him. And I actually really like the evolution of Al Pacino in this movie. Michael Corleone is probably one of the most interesting characters of all time in cinema, as given like an arc of a life lived, choices made for compromises because of sake of family. It's a brilliant film. I'm not gonna give it many trash for that.
Oh, yeah.
So now we have the most important question of the day: Spielberg movies or Burton movies?
This is not close. It's not close. It
should be.
It's Spielberg. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I think there are potentially 10 plus Spielberg movies I think are better than anything Tim Burton's ever made.
10 at 1.25.
10. Fuck that shit. That's the worst thing I've heard all day. I give you 4.
4?
4? Are you shitting me?
4 Spielberg movies are better than Ed Wood.
Okay. Jaws.
Okay, it is over, people.
Mario has been kicked out of his own interview.
I kind of regret giving Mike power of controlling the thing. You know what? Boom. just for continuity's sake.
All right.
Fine. Kurt Russell, yes or no?
Of course, yes. Also, yes to Wyatt Russell. So why not?
Yeah.
Damn,
that they're doing a movie together.
Mike's dick
I
today.
love it.
Can't fucking wait.
Wait, who's the person who said no to Kurt Russell?
Was it Ryan Permison?
It could have been. I am not 100% sure. I totally forgot who it was.
I mean, it was like 7 years ago. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's probably that guy because Who knows?
Bruce Campbell, yes,
Ooh.
no, or groovy.
I'm gonna be honest. I have not watched much Bruce Campbell.
Have you seen a
And-
Bruce Campbell movie though? That is the
Have I
question.
seen it? Have I seen a Bruce Campbell movie? This is a great question. I'm sure I've seen him in something as a cameo.
That's all
Probably
you
the
need.
first Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass on Bruce Campbell because dude was a fucking terrible Schmodown host.
Wow. You're the first now.
Okay, so you're done for today, ladies and gentlemen.
Shorter interview than usual today, guys.
What can I say?
So, we usually ended on this one.
Okay.
But today we have questions. So, let's get on with the show and then we'll check out the comments. Recommend 2 movies that people would not expect from you. And this means no fucking sharks, man.
We don't need
What?
Shark Attack 10 in this bitch, okay?
What about Piranaconda? No. I'm trying to think what would be a non-Lucas recommended pick. You know what? I'm sure people have seen this, or maybe, but I will say I'm not a huge horror guy, but everyone should watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it's brilliant
Yeah.
and legitimately one of the best 5 horror movies ever made.
It's one of the best family dramas ever made, excuse me.
My apologies. But make sure you have a functioning shower because afterwards you'll need to shower.
Yeah.
Trust
I
me.
will make a wild assumption here and assume you mean the original one and not the remake that has the same fucking name.
It's not, well, it doesn't actually have the same fucking name because they spelled chainsaw in one word, not 2. So it's not exactly the same title. But yes, the original is brilliant.
Cool. I actually really like this movie. It's it's weird because this has kind of the same issue that the Halloween series has. Like nothing that came after ever really even got close to the original.
Yeah.
There's some fun to be had for sure. I mean, Dennis Hopper in Texas Chainsaw
Oh,
Massacre.
yeah.
Oh, 2 is so much fun. But no, it doesn't touch the original.
And then it went insane after that. Do you guys know there's one with Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey?
It's very bad.
Yeah.
It's the worst one.
Is that the one with the female Leatherface?
Yes.
There's also a 3D one, and there's also a Leatherface origin story around there. Like,
I actually kind of like the 3D one. 3D one's not bad. The one that's really bad is the beginning because that movie makes me want to throw up.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting to the point where like it's gone past the point where it's even enjoyable. It's not fun anymore. It's just like it just feels like I'm being punished for watching this.
do you like this movie, Mike?
Oh, I love this movie. I love the original. It's one of my favorite horror movies ever. It is so great. It's so gritty. And all he wanted to do is have Halloween time. All he wanted to do is put on different masks. How could you fucking blame him? No.
People just trespassing on his property.
There was no Amazon. He just needed to peel up faces to have new masks.
This is a movie that should have been called Face Off.
Fair. What is your other movie, Lucas?
Ooh, you know what? People don't think of me as an action guy, and I don't usually love a lot of action movies, but I will say the action movie that people need to give some credit to because it is amazingly fun and super colorful is Speed Racer. I know Nazario will join me on this.
Yeah,
Everyone
that's a great fucking movie.
likes Speed Racer. This movie came out and no one liked it, and then people started watching it, and now I think more people coming around to the idea that Speed Racer is kind of amazing and awesome and so much fun to watch. It has a monkey in it. How can you hate a movie that just has a random monkey in it? The monkey is great. The monkey just wants candy. Which monkey in the world does not want candy? All monkeys should get candy. That's my new take.
This is probably the best pick you have done all day. I honestly don't understand the bullshit with people saying this movie is not good. It's visually and I don't know. There's so much imagination on display in this movie that it's kind of ridiculous that people don't like it as much. And they even came up with a stupid yet brilliant solution to showing insane races. But it's kind of like, the people don't die because they have these bubble things.
Yeah.
That the cars explode, but the people are surviving in little bubbles. And they even found a way to introduce the Racer X thing without actually spoiling it, but then having their cake and eating it too in the end.
Yeah.
And everything in display on this movie is so brilliantly goofy. The part when the kid is like bored at school and he's imagining himself racing on a drawn paper car. Everybody should watch this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Mike, do you like the Wachowski's Speed Racer?
This makes House Party look like House Party 2. It's a great fucking movie.
Fucking yeah. So, good picks.
Thank you.
Good picks today, Lucas. You didn't embarrass yourself. I appreciate that. Do we have any comments, Mike? Since this is our first time doing actually this thing live.
Let's see. Let me look back. I saw Cody's comments. Let me look back before that. Okay, we have 2 Facebook user comments, which we will not show because it's Facebook user. We got a Boatman question, which is I think this was maybe the first movie. I think it was a question of the first movie you saw. Yes, how's my movie older than Lucas's movie?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sure I saw something before. I just don't remember it.
Yeah, anybody else with questions, put it down in the comments. We'll get to you.
We just have one viewer, so you, sir. You, the one viewer right now. Do you have any questions for the Shark Boy?
You better not be Facebook user.
No, I'm not doing that again. Apparently no one gives a shit about looks.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
What's new?
I know. So it's about 2:35 p.m. EST, Lucas. How long can you stay with us?
It's 2:27. I got like 10 minutes. Get some time.
Perfect. He has to go to work, guys.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, we did not end on a tie though, so I can't walk away.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a few more seconds here to see if anybody actually pops a question.
The one viewer has just left.
Wow, thank you, one Jew.
Well, I guess nothing is gonna happen. Fuck it. Let's just end this. Good episode, though. I think for somebody who just decided to wing it, even though we sent him the questions and he just didn't read them, I think he did pretty well.
Thank you.
So we still got the muscle.
Yes, we do.
Good stuff. And thanks for doing this show again. Sorry, it has been like 10 years between episodes, but it's still good shit. Thanks everybody for watching this. The 5 viewers that eventually showed up. It's been me, Mr. VHS, Mr. DVD here, and the muscle with the Schildbach, telling us why he loves the crap he loves, especially that thing in his hand. We're back.